So, someone asked in the comments of the last videos, after the last video, I think the name was YT or something, on how to survive essences, how to deal with them. I actually didn't want to make an update video until I finished my current build, but I figured since this might be actually helpful for people, I'm gonna do one. I decided to continue with Seismic Trap, but looked more towards the hardcore SSF people, what they're doing, got some inspiration from I'm Exile from the last Gauntlet. And yeah, I think I'm on a really good track for a very comfy, really cool Seismic Trap build for softcore that is not meant for uber super duper bossing, invitation craziness, but just for a more general a gameplay that obviously can still do bosses and stuff. So I'm gonna do a map in a second. Don't worry. I know that's what people want to see. But so you just get an idea. This is super starter. What I'm about to show you guys. This can deal with essences. It's not really affected by Archnemesis that much, and this is pre-patch, I believe. I think they just announced that they're gonna nerf Archnemesis, but I don't think they already did it. So I think it's Friday before the nerf on Monday. I believe it's unnerfed still. However, just quickly on terms of gear, so you see there's really not much there. There's two actually expensive things I'm going to talk about in a second. But Obliteration Bond, nothing there. And after the map, I'm going to ramble and show you the entire build, but I just want you to get an idea and a perspective. This is life and resists. The entire build has quite high life values and has proper bases. You have to keep that in mind. The base items are pretty good, and it got life and some chaos rest as well. So the life rolls are already pretty good. But other than that, this helm doesn't have anything else. The shield just has some spell suppression and life, not even resists. This is obviously a 6-link. I'm still using life tab right now. This has almost no resist, but it has life and good base. Again here, spell suppression, some life, no resist actually. But my resists are bound up in some other items. Obviously this is a pretty good build, I would say. Tons of resists and life, but keep in mind on the other items is resistance completely missing, so there would be no issue to resist cap. Boots also kind of nice. Enchantment looks fancy. It's not. It's just an unveiled thing. You just unveil it, then you craft it. You buy boots with like life and resists, and then open prefix. You craft this, so you can't be chilled. Amulet, kind of random. Has an cheap anoint, but a very good anoint. Other than that, resists life. This ring is really cool. Gives me a ton of chaos resistance. This might be a bit over the super basic thing. The non-channeling minus mana cost is first of all easy to get. Second of all, I don't think it's doing anything. It's just kind of random. But this ring has 60 chaos res, so that might be something that's a bit over the top for super starter. This ring is definitely over top for super starter. That's one of the expensive things I wanted to talk about, is a curse on hit ring. You can, however, because other than that, this ring has only life and resist, and it's only a 20% increased effect thing. You can get this unique ring where you socket a curse in. You just socket your curse in, and you get a curse on hit ring as well. You just need to get resists elsewhere. So yeah, but I'm not gonna take it off. I'm not gonna buy this other ring just for this testing thing. Flasks are pretty nice, I also have to say. I just rolled them and they turned out pretty good. Like, this one isn't really doing anything yet, but I'm in the process of fixing my flasks. If you are still didn't get the memo, fix your flasks. So yeah, there's really not much there. The second kind of expensive thing, the character is level 94. So there's that. Also on tree, there's no clusters. The only thing here is 2 of these super cheap jewels, and the last jewel has life. Yeah, that's it. So that for perspective of what you're about to see. In terms of Atlas tree, I'm spec'd into essences right now. I'm spec'd into strong boxes, harvest for some reason, and I'm fully spec'd into what's it called, expedition. Yeah, expedition stuff. So we have like juiced essences. I hope we're gonna find a cool one, like a fancy one. I also have shrines, and they are definitely helping. but everybody can get shrines. You just spec it on the thing. So yeah, sometimes they are really helpful. So yeah, what we're gonna run is a T16. I normally right now run T14 on the setup because T14 is so smooth. But yeah, if it's not T16, I know it doesn't count. Nobody cares. So what we're gonna do is run a T16. I'm gonna put a scarab, expedition scarab, just for the showcase, so we actually get an expedition. We're gonna put some altars, I guess, and we're gonna put essence. Normally I don't juice with this stuff right now. It doesn't seem, essence is probably worth it, but I currently don't care. I'm just building the character. And as said, after the map, I'm gonna ramble about how this build works right now, how you can probably set up a cheap version for yourself, and then what I'm going to do, what the plans are for this version. Also, you see this malevolence thing here, this divine blessing. This doesn't do anything yet. I can't use it, so I'm just gonna take it out. So this isn't actually doing anything. So yeah, let's see. Oh, the modifiers, by the way. You can have a look at the modifiers if you think they're too weak or anything. Then yeah, and it invalidates my testing. Then yeah, tell me. So yeah, there's like the first essence here. It's not a crazy one. We're just gonna put our stuff down. Essences kind of depend a bit. Like, it's not like we're completely destroying them, but we are very defensive right now. So damage is actually kind of shit, to be fair, but it's still poison seismic trap. So it's enough damage to kill pretty much everything, and it's built defensively enough that we don't die. Because as long as we don't die, they will die at some point. Just because seismic trap is still so insanely strong. Let's see if we find something more. There's like a cool essence, so I want to go ahead and use a corruption thing on it while I'm not dying, ideally. Oh, this thing is chasing me for some reason. Oh, it's gonna go away soon. I guess a bit of a stronger essence, I guess. What actually did it? Oh no, it did not. It just upgraded them. Oh, I'm still looking for the cool ones. So yeah, I'm also doing Ashen Boots because I heard people do Ashen Boots and I have no idea why. Maybe somebody in the comments can explain to me why people do Ashen Boots. Seems popular right now. I think people do it for like boss rushing. Probably the boss is easy to find. So yeah. So as you can see, we have like a tiny essence here. God damn it, it's so red as well. I was hoping for like a really juicy one. Yeah, some more strong boxes. Also not getting altars. I'm just gonna do the leak mechanic right now. And yeah, I just left a chaos, that's okay. Trying to speed this up a little bit. But I feel like you're getting an idea. It's like, I mean, it's a T16 map. It's not like it's super underjuiced, I believe. It's you can roll your maps carefully, right? There's no issue with that. This can run pretty much all map mods in theory, but there's a bunch you don't want to. Like no region, no recovery things is bad. 50% avoid poison is bad. As bad as well. It's kind of annoying to have how's it called? Cooldown, less cooldown. That's bad. Obviously curses are kind of annoying, temporal chains, but that's all fine. Pretty much the no region maps, no recovery maps are the stuff I wouldn't run at all. Also the 50% poison I wouldn't run at all. I mean, you're not gonna die, but it's gonna take ages. It's like 50% less damage. You wouldn't want to run that. So I have no idea how this map works. But as you can see, we're doing fine. Oh, there's one of these cool things. Like this one would make them way more tanky, but it's kind of okay. So this doesn't kill me or anything. As you can see, they have spell suppression now, and I believe this works with Seismic, against Seismic. So the mobs are spell suppressing now, which is okay. I don't think, at least at the top of my mind, I can't think of a map mod on these altar things wouldn't run, I think, yeah. But that, yeah, we have 14 monsters somewhere. I don't know if I killed the map boss or not. Probably, maybe not, who knows. Not that important. So yeah. That's like basically the part on how you deal with, yeah, with the current with the current Archnemesis things and whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the build now, basically the whole idea of the build. If you want to stay, if you want to play this, then yeah, I'm gonna ramble a bit about it, and then after that, where we go. So first of all, your weapon is obliteration. That's really, really cool, because you get these 40% of physical damage as extra chaos, which is a ton of damage, and you have profane bloom-like explosions. So that's like really, really cool. Set on helmet is nothing right now. You have curse on hit. Just let me think about. I have cannot be chilled, which is really, really good. Yeah, curse on hit is good. I do have a bit of spell suppression, but really little. Typically you would get more. That opens stuff on the tree. So that's like gearing wise. Other than that, we have some int requirements, which are also solved here. We have some strength requirements that, yeah, with the belt here, I think you don't even need the belt. You might not need any strength on gear, maybe a tiny bit, but heavy belt solves it. Int is a bit of an issue. You need, I think, 179 in total in the build where I want to go to. You need 179 or 180. So I think that's my only. Oh, there's some int here as well, right? Okay, you need some int on your gear to solve that. In terms of flask, I'm using these instant flasks here right now. I said earlier, if you're still not rolling your flasks, please roll your flasks. It makes life so much better, and it's totally okay to spend like 60 to 80 chaos in an endgame scenario for your flasks. They can be expensive, and they have tiers as well, in case like a lot of people don't know that. Like in this case, it's the tier 2 and the tier 5 thing. So yeah, what I'm looking for is this gain 3 charges when you hit on my utility flasks, and then get stuff like increased armor, movement speed is cool, reduced effect of curses is cool, crit doesn't do anything, increased evasion rating would be pretty cool as well, I think. So yeah, so that's kind of the flask setup here. I have some alternatives there. You could also, instead of this instant recovery when on low life, I really like those, you could go with something like this, always instant recovery. You could also do something like get rid of the phasing flask, right? In case of bossing, especially this gain 3 charges is for bossing really cool, because you get, it's pretty much the only way I think to get flask charges while bossing is to get hit. And if you evade, I believe it still counts as getting hit. That's my theory, at least, because I'm not actually taking that much damage, but I'm still getting flask charges, so it must be. And so yeah, you could run, because against bosses you don't need phasing. You might want to run something like this if you want to do bossing, but at this stage it's not really meant for bossing anyway. So don't really do pinnacle bosses on this, please. Do it on the later version. But yeah, you could run something like this. Other than that, yeah, granite flasks, onslaught, movement speed. This in terms of that. Just to go over what actually how we're looking in terms of life. I currently have like 5k life. I could have almost 6k, I believe, on this gear, or maybe 5.6 or something like that. If I had spell suppression on my gear, because I would save like 6-7 points on the tree. So it already got quite a bunch of life. No energy shield. Basically, we have, without anything ticked, without, how's it called, molten shell, we're looking at 16k armor already. We're already looking at 15k evasion, which is quite fine. Obviously 100% spell suppression chance, and we're over max on the prevention here. We are over max on resistances, especially on fire, and there's still some missing. You can get still some more in the next version, I believe. And I already have a bunch of chaos res, so these tiny chaos balls are not killing me anymore, so I can tank like 5 of them, believe, right now. 4, I'm sure, I believe I would be able to tank 5 and still stand for a bit in the chaos degen. So chaos resistance really, really good. And this is also over max, I believe. I can get currently 76, I believe. That's possible right now. Some block chance, stun recovery. We are completely immune to ignite, or we avoid it. No ignite, no chill, no freeze, no shock. The freeze comes from the Pantheon, by the way, and the chill comes from here. And on our friendly tree, we obviously have, in case you don't know, here it is, immune to ignite and shock. So pretty good. Got anti-bleed flask. I have somewhere, I didn't use it yet, a jewel with corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you as well. So that's that. Offensive wise, I'm gonna talk about the poison chance in a second, but maybe have a look at the tree for a second, because that's somewhat related. It's pretty much a seismic trap tree. I put the PoB anyway, you can have a look. It's a pretty typical seismic trap tree. This node I would like to take over time. It's like one of the missing ones because I needed to use points elsewhere. Everything pretty typical here. I'm gonna talk about this in a second. And everything normal here. And then we go down here and we get a bunch of plus resistance. Here we can get some chaos res here. That's plus 12 here plus chaos res. You could replace this, but I don't know. Maybe you can also leave it out if you don't need the chaos res. You don't need the elemental res, but chaos res is probably fine. Corrupted blood you can also take here if you want to. There's also, by the way, some chaos res. If you really want chaos res, there's a lot here, right? So it's probably better right now, or possibility for me to ditch the plus 12 if I can afford it. Yeah, it's actually fine because of curses. But yeah, it's an option to ditch this and maybe get some chaos res here. You can get a lot of chaos res here, by the way. That's like really a ton of it. So it's some kind of an option. And if I open up more points, I'm gonna go up here, take these nodes, and these nodes I have seen people take. That's like another, I don't know, 600 life, maybe 700 life on good enough gear. Maybe 900 later, possibly, who knows. A bunch of life missing here. And why are we missing it? Because we take these spell suppression nodes here. Also, you can take one more here. There's another 12% chance, conditional, so your boots, helmet, gloves need to have evasion. I didn't need it anymore, I have some on gear, but yeah, there's like 6 points locked up right now in just getting more spell suppression, because I don't, so I don't have to get it on gear. And that's really, really cool, because it makes gearing cheap, you can get started. Yes, you're missing some health, maybe you only do T14, not T16 immediately, but it's definitely an option, and I wanted to play defensive here. So the next thing is these coated shrapnel things here. Because we need 100% chance to poison in here. It needs to say at least 100%. I'm completely overcapped right now, and that's fine. These have these coated shrapnels. They give you damage as well if you socket them somewhere where you have a lot of things allocated. That's why this space is really good, because they give you traps and mines deal 3 to 5 added physical damage for passive skills and radios like these give you that. So yeah, every single one gives you that additional thing, so that's really cool. They give you 25% chance to poison, so that's where we get a lot of poison chance. The rest on the tree has some more, and we currently allocate toxic strikes, which is a really good allocation anyway. I could unallocate it and do something else, but the 15% damage over time multiplier is super strong on its own. I don't need the poison chance right now, but yeah. So that's how we solved that. Later on, if we swap to a Devouring Diadem version, that's the version I want to swap to, we get Herald of Agony, which has 20 to 40% chance to poison, depending if you use the alternate ailment version or not. Since we are in softcon, we have access to these guys, and I want to keep one of them. I don't need the alternate ailment version. I'm not gonna need that one. But there's an option if you do the swap, because you're gonna need energy shield for the swap. I'm gonna talk about the swap in a second, but if you need a more energy shield, you could unallocate this, change your anoint, and you still can solve it. You still can get these things here, and you allocate melding, because it gives you a ton of energy shield, because you're gonna need energy shield later, at least a few hundred, like 500 to 700 would be cool. So that's an option for a while, until you can solve the energy shield on gear, maybe to get rid of this thing, or to get rid of the damage over time multiplier, which is quite huge. So that's an option. Another option is something like this jewel here. they give you 5% chance to poison as well, in case you need to min-max figure something out there. Yeah, but definitely make sure you have 100% chance to poison. So gem links, and then we're going to talk about where we go with this, where I want to go with this. So standard seismic trap setup, trap and mine, unbound, advanced, void manipulation. They don't have quality yet, they're still kind of weird, but this one is already a 21. That's really helpful. Doesn't have quality, but it's fine. And I'm currently using live tap, which will change later. We need to live tap pretty much everything because yeah, we don't have any mana. This asset does not do anything right now. I just have it here because I need them in the next version. So Skitterbots, Grace, Determination, and Defiance Banner. That's the 4 auras I have, right? In case you don't have a cast on Curse on Hit Rain, you still need the spare somewhere, so you probably want to use a unset ring, because you're gonna lack a socket, which is kind of annoying, but you need an unset ring then probably, or maybe take out Defiance Banner possibly. Yeah, but just get an unset ring, or just get the Curse on Hit unique ring for 5C. Just get that one. So yeah, that's the curses or auras and stuff. We have Withering Stab on left click to apply Withered. Cast when damage taken, Molten Shell, pretty normal. We have our movement stuff, Shield Charge with faster attacks, which makes it quite speedy. You've seen it on the map. I mean, it's not super speedy, but it's quick enough. It feels good. To me, it feels good. We have Frenzy Charge as well. Feels quite nice. We also have Flame Dash. We have all of that linked to life tap because we just don't have any mana. We need everything to cost life. Nothing can cost mana right now. The only thing that actually does is 16 mana here is Withering Stab. And in this case, actually, the -7 makes it so without it, we could still use it because I randomly have exactly 23 mana. So you might need to play around with that. If you run into, oh, I cannot use Withering Stab, just get this craft. It's free. It's super easy. Just get it on TFT. Ask a friend. Who knows? And the last one is Exsanguinate with trap support, cluster traps, chain support. You obviously could use the trapping boots, but the added damage of them, I don't think it's worth it. It's way better to get Cannot Be Chilled. It's way better to get more resists. Make it easy on resists to get more lives, more life. They removed life from the trapper boots, the unique boots as well. So I don't really see a reason to use them. To be fair, it's way easier to use basic stuff. Yeah. So that's the version right now. And as you did just see, it can handle itself. I'm gonna run another map at the very end of this video. If you still want to watch and see another map, we're gonna roll it together and take a random map and see if we struggle or not. Where we do want to go is Devouring Diadem. So this is the technology together with Malevolence we want to apply. So I already got mine, and it's quite well rolled actually. I really like this one. It's not perfect or anything, but it's really good enough. And interesting enough, it can, that what triggered me to continue to like go, okay, I need to try this version of the build. It can unveil increased duration of elements you inflict while focused. If you buy them, you have to be careful that you actually get this mod on it, because it has different mods. When they drop, you need to unveil them. It doesn't always give you that one, I think. So it's not always a chance to get it. But if you buy them, make sure it actually has the focused mod. So that's what we want to apply. And I'm going to show you how this looks. So if you equip this thing, what happens is we get Eldritch Battery. And what Eldritch Battery does is it makes that you... Energy Shield starts protecting mana instead of life. We don't lose much, right? We have 23 Energy Shield. We're not building around that. No, we get Energy Shield because this base has Energy Shield, which also means, by the way, be super careful. This node, the chance, plus 12 chance to suppress spell damage if boot, helmet, and gloves have evasion, will no longer work as soon as you put this on. So you need to solve suppression beforehand. You should anyway before you swap, because this one doesn't have evasion. Also, by the way, the 4 white sockets is super random. I have no idea why it has 4 white sockets, but somebody sold it, so I have it now. No requirement to go for sockets. don't look for 4 white socket items. There's no need for that. Can have normal sockets. It's perfectly fine. So, as said, Energy Shield will protect your mana, and you will spend mana, Energy Shield, instead of mana to cast stuff first, right? So if you have something that actually costs mana right now, it will not go mana, it will go away from our Energy Shield, right? So if I do like this, you should be able to see this, if you get the cooldown off. Or if you just, that's whatever, you see? Or if you take life tap out. It uses Energy Shield first, which is really interesting. So that also means, so yeah, it just means that we're gonna put our auras back in, and we're still gonna have Withering Stab, but I'm gonna take it out for a second because there is another aura coming, so you can see that, and we will get rid of life tap here, right? So we can move one of the gems. We can actually do that. Can we simulate this right now? I think we can. Because these things are gonna cost us... Yeah, that's gonna work probably. But probably not. Okay, fine. Oops. We're gonna leave out Withering Step just for testing for a second. So it's a bit easier because we don't have enough Energy Shield yet. Because as you can see, another trick with this is like a really interesting thing. If you now activate our auras. Let me set this up correctly real quick. So we get all our auras in. Oops, there we go. We have 1 mana left, right? And you might need to fiddle with how much mana you have on gear, flat mana, to make this work, but it is possible. It's 100% possible. So we have no mana left, but we have 341 Energy Shield now to spend on usage of our skills, right? So if, oh yeah, we're not gonna have life tap anymore. What we're gonna have is we're gonna put deadly ailments, right? We're gonna put deadly ailments in our links. So we're gonna spend Energy Shield now to throw our traps. We're gonna put out this thing here. We're gonna use Energy Shield to move around, all kind of stuff. So what we also need Energy Shield for is this Malevolence with Inspiration to reduce the mana cost, right? And this one is not fully leveled yet. And Divine Blessing. So normally this would take mana away, like so you spend mana to cast this, right? But now we're gonna spend Energy Shield, and even though we have all mana reserved with Eldritch Battery, we can press this button and activate that. So the weird part right now is that this costs, oh, where is it actually? 331 mana, and I randomly have 341 Energy Shield, so this is really close. This is why I mean you need more Energy Shield. You need a buffer so you can still use your movement skills, your Seismic Trap. You need a bigger buffer. So how you're gonna recharge it is also in the helmet. There's a 10% chance for Energy Shield recharge to start when you use a skill, and we use a lot of skills and frozen traps, so it should work out fine. Right now, as said, I don't have enough Energy Shield to make this properly work. It's also why I don't switch yet. But yeah, that's the basic setup, I would say. That's also why for now I'm gonna, just for showing it, I'm gonna keep life tap. So basically the only thing I'm gonna use Energy Shield for, we're not gonna have Withering Step for seconds, that's okay. I need it barely for Malevolence right now. If you get more, that works out. Also interesting, by the way, something I didn't know, Herald of Agony gives 10% more damage with poison, which is like really cool. So I like that. I think we can actually try and run a map. Am I still everything capped actually? I'm not entirely lightning capped anymore, and I lost some chaos resist. Do I have spell suppression still? Yes. As you see, I'm not quite ready to swap now, but we're just gonna do. Do I have another Ashen? we don't. Do we have any other cool map that people like to run? What are people running right now? Underground River sounds really cool. Let's run Underground River maybe. Let's get rid of this. That sounds kind of cool. So we don't need exposure. 2 bosses is probably fine. Endurance chance. 60% spell suppression is kind of meh. Let's see. Be a bit careful with what we run. Curse effect is whatever. Like if you deal less damage, reflect is whatever. By the way, cast speed for bosses, whatever. Rock exiles, whatever. And we also need one of our scarabs. I hope I still have one. Oh, there's one. Okay, so we guarantee an expedition. That's cool. Let's give this a try. Oh, we got an expedition with our... Oh, I'm such an idiot. I have this weird thing, right? A stream of consciousness. I'm such an... Okay, we randomly get an expedition. We lucked into one on the last map. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna guarantee an expedition, and let me put away this helmet so I don't accidentally sell it. I'm just gonna show you roughly how this looks, because this should already improve our damage and stuff. If I've seen on like PoB stuff, or compared PoBs, we should have, on the actual setup I'm working towards, we should have roughly quadruple the damage from what you've seen in the first map. So let's see if our lightning resistance is an issue right now. So yeah, if we find like a tanky pack at some point, we need some monsters now, we can activate this malevolence thing and have obviously significantly more damage with that. We can also put focus in here now, because remember, this has the focus mod. And yeah, they can hit us, doesn't matter too much. So we could go like malevolence focus and apply some poisons and kill stuff probably significantly quicker with that. Also, this lasts forever. I think because we stack skill effect duration, this probably works with that. Let's kill this guy. Minions have something. Overwhelm 5th. Oh, maybe that one was bad. It's like 50% a little more physical damage, I believe. That's fine. Let's see if we live. Maybe that one was bad. Like, there's a big monster now. So I'm gonna activate my stuff. Right. Malevolence and focus mod. Oh, I need to throw the actual traps, the seismic traps. He's dead. Perfect. I mean, this is still a T16 map. And this is the scuffed setup right now. I just put on the helmet. I'm not pressing the button either. But this is the direction I'm looking forward to. I want to build, like I want to properly equip my gear now, get spell suppression and everything, and properly build around the new helmet and the Eldritch battery stuff. There's a new guy, so we're gonna deploy our additional power, and he's probably just gonna melt. This was, by the way, a terrible map for, oops, corrupted blood. For expedition, probably. Let's see, I still didn't find it. There's an essence monster, okay. Let's turn on our stuff. Probably melt them. Perfect. Let's do this. Is this one? Oh, this one is kind of cool. Upgrade. I didn't fucking upgrade. He never upgrades. Whoa. Was really not smart to take the minus fist damage or plus fist damage thing on that monster. Okay. Let's see if we find some more. I really want to find the expedition right now. Okay, got this one. Die. It's a cool wand, probably. Oh! I need Julius badly right now. I realize this video is gonna be super long, but I don't care. If you're still watching by this point, then I assume you actually care about this build maybe as much as I do. And I'm super excited for it. I'm super excited to have found the new a new idea for it, a new life for it. Let's make it even harder. physical is extra lightning. Perfect. Oh god. Perfect. More stuff? Not really. More minion stuff. Oh, that's a cool strongbox. I mean, it's for people to judge if this is like fast or super slow, and I mean, I get it, it's very, very subjective. Or it's objectively fast or slow, but people have different expectations. And by now, I highly prefer a bit more, yeah, relaxed playstyle, to be fair. I like not dying, and the whole idea is, if I don't die, they will. they will die over time. So here's the expedition thing. It's a Gwenin. So what I do here typically is kind of clear out stuff around it a bit. So I have some time to read. I don't die randomly to something. Okay, cool. I'm having a look for logbook stuff, basically, and immune to chaos. Immune to chaos is pretty much the only thing I don't take, because that would be really bad. Artifacts, stack decks are kind of cool as well. Artifacts. And there is nothing about logbooks I've seen. So can we start here? No, we cannot. I'm gonna have a look if we can start down here. Oh, pretty much here. So we're gonna take this stuff here. We want to get these big skull dudes here as well. And then probably get the ones up here.
Yes, add some spice.
And we have 3 things left. Oh my god. So we can stack them on top. It's a terrible map for Expedition, to be fair. But that's okay. That's kind of good for the builds, because they stack on top. Makes it dangerous, but interesting. So yeah. And then we're just gonna throw traps. So make sure to turn on my malevolent stuff. I don't know how bad this first mod is gonna be now. The Obliteration Wand is definitely helping, I feel like. And then put this here. Put another trap already here. Turn on the Malevolence again. And then you kind of walk into the traps. You kind of die. So yeah. A bit sad that we didn't see any of these green blobs, because it's kind of cool on how you can get hit by them. Especially with the high chaos resistance on the first map. And I totally plan on getting capped, over-capped actually on chaos resist. Makes life so much easier. So yeah, I mean, that was T16 Expedition, skilled on the tree. Again, there's not much difference right now between equipping that. I think at least equipping this Malevolence or not. But it will be as soon as we build around it. Map currency for more projectiles. Interesting. That's also a thing. You can just run more mods, I feel like. You can just run more map mods. You don't need to be so careful. Except for a few. See, in case we actually die, I don't want to run back. I don't even know what boss this is. What are you? Okay, we're gonna activate our stuff as soon as the traps are exploding. And then we can try to kill this dude. Is he gone? Is he coming back? Okay, he's back now. Malevolence again, focus again. I try to pull some traps typically before I press focused. So yeah, I think that's enough for today, but that's where I want to build. That's how I want my build to be. We need a bit more defense. I don't think much, like more armor, more evasion, more chaos res, and a bunch more life. And then we're gonna focus on significantly more damage. Just adding in a link will be huge, I believe. And there's so many crafts still with extra chaos damage. There's all these Eldritch implicits. I'm pretty confident we can add a lot of stuff there. And I'm really excited to see where this build goes. And yeah, for me, I'm gonna still keep updating you guys because I kind of enjoy doing that. It's kind of funny, and some people usually get value out of it. I intend to craft pretty much all my gear myself. If it's a rare gear, I try to craft it. Not straight up buy stuff, because that's kind of make stuff a bit boring, not farming uniques or anything, but just like, you know, learn more about crafting. Like I could have bought the flasks, but I started rolling them. It's just a bit more interesting. I'm gonna do that, and next to that I'm gonna complete some challenges. So I think this was insanely long, probably. Sorry about that. But the interesting part is in the beginning. I'm gonna put the PoB of the beginning of the first thing you've seen, the first map. Gonna put that current PoB basically into the description as like a starting point. Don't build it exactly, please, or anything, but to give you an idea as a starting point what you probably need. And then I'm gonna work on towards the bigger version. I'm gonna put a PoB I yoinked from PoE.ninja as well there, so you can see what I'm aiming for. And then yeah, I'm gonna update on you on the process towards it, hopefully, unless I give up then. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I enjoy the league, and I'm actually still quite enjoying it right now because of a goal now. I feel a bit unaffected by these Archnemesis Essences are super evil thing, so I don't mind that much. I hope you guys are having fun as well. I hope you guys don't mind that much as well, and keep playing a bit, enjoy yourself. Yeah, that's it.